Hello and welcome to Career Isaacs. In today's wonderful class, we are going to take a look at the possessive pronouns in French. But before we dig into the actual deal for today, let's take a look at this very nice motivational quote. For today's motivational quote, we have: the best way to achieve the impossible is to believe it is possible. And this nice motivational quote is from Charles Kingsley. I really hope you were motivated by today's motivational quote. Well, keep your girl motivated by hitting the subscribe button. Just as I mentioned previously, in today's amazing class, we are going to take a look at the possessive pronouns in French. So buckle up and let's get today's amazing class started. The word possessive was derived from the word possess, which means to have. So possessive pronouns are pronouns that are used to express the possession of a person. There are more possessive pronouns in French than English. This is because the possessive pronouns in English takes various forms in French. The following are the possessive pronouns in English, and they are mine, your, his, her, its, our, and then their. Well, these possessive pronouns takes various forms in French, and that is why the French possessive pronouns are more than the English possessive pronouns. Alright, let's take a look at the various forms of the possessive pronoun mine in French. First form is mon, and this is used before masculine singular nouns, as well as nouns that begin with a vowel or a silent H. For example, mon frère, my brother, and then mon ami, my friend. Again, we have ma, which is used before feminine singular nouns. For example, ma soeur, and this is my sister. We also have me, which is used before plural nouns regardless of the gender. For example, mes parents, mes enfants. Alright, now let's take a look at the various forms the possessive pronoun your takes. And we have ton, which is used before masculine singular nouns, as well as nouns beginning with a vowel and a mute H. For example, ton père, your father, ton école, your school. Again, we have ta, which is used before feminine singular nouns. For example, ta maison, your house. And then we have te, which is used before plural nouns regardless of their gender. For example, tes professeurs, your teachers. Please take notes. These forms of your is only used in an informal manner. Again, let's take a look at the possessive pronoun his or her in French. And their first form is son, which is used before masculine singular nouns, as well as nouns which begin with a vowel or a mute H. For example, son stylo, and this means his or her pen. Son hôpital, and this means his or her hospital. Now let's take a look at sa, which is used before feminine singular nouns. For example, Same, which means his or her mother. And then we have Se, which is used for plural nouns regardless of their gender. For example, Savoitu, and this means his or her cars. Alright, now let's take a look at the formal forms in which the possessive pronoun je can exist in French. And the first one is votre, which is used before singular nouns regardless of their gender. For example, votre travail, and this means your work. And then we have vos, which is used before plural nouns, also regardless of their gender. For example, vos enfants, and this means your children. Now let's take a look at the various forms of the possessive pronoun our in French. And the first one is notre, and this is used before singular nouns regardless of their gender. For example, notre classe, and this means our class. Another form is no, which is used before plural nouns regardless of their gender. For example, no cahier, and this means our books. Now the last possessive pronoun is dia, and it takes the following forms in French. The first one is le, which is used before singular nouns regardless of their gender. For example, le repas, and this means their food. And the second form is le, but this time it is used before plural nouns regardless of their gender. For example, le ID, and this means their ideas. At this juncture, take a shot in this challenge and let me know your answer in the comment section below. Well, if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, and also catch my next video for more awesome content just like this one in the description box.